Ed, I want people to know something about you, it took me a while to figure this out, but it starts with a mailbox, which you may remember. What I remember actually is I was working on my mailbox one day, and of course I was working on it because someone tried to knock it off, and I was making sure that it was fortified, which meant that I was out there with a router and a bunch of other equipment, and you rolled up in your car and rolled down your window and said, "Are you the guy who works with the mailboxes around here?" And of course, I thought you were serious, so I said, "No, actually, I live here." But that was part one of getting to know you, Ed. Part two came some months later, actually around Christmas time of that same year. And it goes like this. Kathy and I and Aaron were hanging Christmas lights on the front of the house. And it's those drippy kind of Christmas lights that have to be strung along the edge of the edge of the gutter. And I'm up there, of course, on this ladder, and things are not working out too well. And of course, I'm using some expletives. And at just about that time, you happened to be coming down your driveway, and you heard the expletives that were coming out of my mouth. And then you said, "Watch your fucking language," and that's when I realized what a funny guy you were. And that's when I understood the mailbox for the first time, actually. So there you go.
Hi, Ed. Happy birthday. Ken and I have known you for about 18 years, and during that time, we've had a chance to observe your formidable interpersonal skills, and that's what I'd like to talk to you about tonight, because I think whether you realize it or not, you've had a great deal of influence over people just by being who you are. First off, I want to say you're an exceptionally good listener. Not easy to say that about a man. We all know they like to talk more than they like to listen. Well, that's enough of the editorial. But the truth is, you never really go on about yourself in a big way. Secondly, I think you're one of the most empathic people I've ever known. I've had the opportunity to observe you in gatherings large and small, and the thing that I've noticed is you seem to seek out the sort of sad sack, disgruntled, uncomfortable character in the room, take that character under your wing, and the next thing you know, they're smiling and laughing and actually feeling good about where they are. I also want to talk about how you have a very, I guess, what you could describe as an upbeat attitude. It's really gangbusters. You're somebody who faces situations, large and small, with incredible can-do positivity. And that's really a very special gift. And finally, I want to talk about your world-class and celebrated sense of humor. There isn't any situation too iffy, too maybe unfunny, for you to not turn your sharp wit on. So that's another great gift of yours. And finally, I just want to say that after all these years, I know that you have learned so much over the course of your life. And the challenge at this point, I think, for you is to try and remember what the heck it is you have learned. Happy birthday. We love you. Take care, kid.